There is such a thing where a spiritual ego can be created. What does ego mean? Ego just means, is just a Latin word which means I. So ego is just I. Ego is just identification. So anything we identify with becomes a a face of the ego. And that can include spirituality, and that can happen and often does happen. It is a phase that one must go through where they first maybe start getting identified with being a spiritual person or a spiritual being, you know, or identified with a certain tradition or certain religion or a certain practice. And these can also be traps because anything that we identify with that is limited brings us into a state of limitation, brings us into a state of suffering, and is just part of the illusion, perpetuating the illusion. So we must watch out for that. We must watch out for this spiritual ego that can take place, which, as you say, can become narcissistic in some ways as well. So these are these subtle traps that we must look out for, and and that is why it's often necessary to have some kind of guidance or ability for certain things to be pointed out, so that then we don't fall into those particular traps then ourselves.